سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. It's truly an honor to be at the Masah Convention again for another wonderful year, another wonderful conference. And the topic that I have is actually very near and dear to my heart. Islam is relevant, but are we? Are we as Muslims relevant? And there's a question that was posed to me maybe twice in the last few days, and I want us to reflect on it. It's attributed to a philosopher named George Berkeley. People say it's not actually his. It's a philosophical question. If a tree falls in a forest and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Some would go so far as to ask, does it even exist? And even though we know the real answer is yes, the question is philosophical in that if something happens and nothing around it recognizes or acknowledges that, is it even there? And so I'm going to ask a different kind of question, which is, if an Islamic center or a masjid is shut down tomorrow, God forbid, and none of the non-Muslim neighbors protest or even notice, was that center actually there? Was that center actually impactful? Was it doing anything? Was it a prophetic space? Or did it just barely exist? In theory. So we know that Islam is relevant. But when we look at ourselves as a Muslim community, and we ask these types of questions about if something were to happen to one of us, or to one of our institutions, would people come out of love for those institutions? Not out of a moral obligation, but out of love for what those institutions are doing for the greater community. Would people come out to defend us and to stand with us? Reflect on your masjid, reflect on your organization, reflect on the work that you're doing in your communities, and think about how your community would respond if all of a sudden it experienced your absence due to some kind of a shutdown.